Hi everyone and welcome to another video on Turn to Data. So today we'll be solving a question from Microsoft which is posted on the DataLemur website. So once you are on this website, you can go to the Microsoft question for Teams power users. Let me go ahead and click on it. Alright, so let's closely look at the question, and as we have done in our previous videos, we'll try to look at what the question is asking us to do, and then we'll go step by step and try to solve this problem. So this is one of the easier questions asked in one of the Microsoft interviews. Let's take a look at it. So it says, write a query to identify the top 2 power users. And who are the power users? Who sent the highest number of messages on Microsoft Teams in the month of August 2022. And you are asked to display the IDs of these 2 users along with the total number of messages they sent. So basically, you need to display the IDs and the total number of messages. That means 2 columns is what you need to output. Output the results in descending order based on the count of the messages. Okay. And there's one assumption also. No 2 users have sent the same number of messages in August 2022, which is pretty straightforward. So we'll keep this in mind while we are building our query. Let me just scroll down further. So you have the messages table here, which contains these 5 columns: message ID, sender ID, receiver ID, content, and the date on which it is sent. You can also see the types of each of these columns, and there is an example input. So this is how the table would look like. If you want, you can also query it on the right side. So you just do select star from the table, run the code, and you will find the actual table which is available. So this, what you are seeing here, is a sample table, and on the right, when you query the actual table, you will find the exact table which we will be querying in this particular video. Okay, and this is the example output. So depending on this example input, this is how the output would look like. So you need to have 2 columns. One is a sender ID and then a message count, and your output should basically contain the top 2 power users who send the highest number of messages. So you need to display the user ID and then total number of messages. Let's dive right into it. So I'm just going to remove all of this, and let me just zoom in as well. All right. So what we are going to do is, as we already know, we just need to display 2 columns. So what are our 2 columns? I'll start with the select statement. The first column that we need is the sender ID, and the next one that we need is the total number of messages they sent, which is nothing but taking a count of the unique message IDs, because that's already given to us. So you have a message ID and a sender ID. Okay. Now, as you can see, there is one sender 3601 who has sent 3 messages, 1, 2, and 3. So the same sender can send multiple messages. So from this, we can directly take the count. So now we have our 2 columns. Now, since this is a count column, I'm going to rename this as expected here. So just copy this and paste it here. Okay. And what's our table? So we need this from the messages table. Now comes the best part. There is a condition given in your question. It says Team Sama in the month of August 2022. So if you look at your actual table, you will find there are multiple dates which are in August. They can be in different months as well. So all we need to do is just filter out dates which fall in the month of August 2022. For that, you can use the where clause. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use something known as date part. So since I'm using Postgres, date part is a functionality available, or a function available which you can use, which basically extracts the the actual requirement from a date. So in this case, what I want to do is I want to say extract the month from this particular column. which is nothing but the sent date. And I want to compare it with August. Now, you can't put August or you can't put August here. So what you need to do is you need to put the number of the month, which is nothing but 8. So 8th month is August. And we need another condition where, again, date part, and I'm going to say year, sent date equals 2022. So this basically covers our filter. Now, if you remember, since we are using an aggregate function here, which is a count function, what we need to do is we need to group by using the left alone column. Just keep it very simple. Since you are using an aggregate function here, just group it by whatever is left in your select statement. So I'm grouping it by sender ID. And there's also a point given in your question. Output the results in descending order. So what you need to do is you need to order by count of message ID. Okay, or you can just type in message count, and you need to do it in descending order. Now, one key thing that you need to remember is, or let me just do one thing. Let me run this for you. So I'm just scrolling down and clicking on run code. Now it says syntax error or near where on line 5. Let's see what the error could be. Okay, got it. So we are using where, and we have used and then again we are typing where. So instead of that, what I'm going to do is we can just remove where here. Okay, let's try to rerun it. Okay, so now you get your output. You have 3 rows of data with 2 columns, and this is very close to your output. There is just one thing remaining. So the question also says identify the top 2 power users. So we just need 2 in the result. What we need to do is just need to put a limit and just say 2, scroll down, run the code, and this is the output that we get. You can verify your output by clicking on the submit button, and there you go. The output is accepted. What you can also do is you can look at other solutions which could be easier to implement or shorter forms. You can also visit the discussion forum to view what others are submitting as their output. So this is a very interesting section where you will get to learn a lot and different methods and different ways you can solve the same problem. All right, that's basically it. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing to it. Please hit a like button, and we'll be back with another video very shortly.